Eastern band director. And how many years is it now? What's the years fly by? So what are we going on
This,
now?
yeah, definitely. This is my fourth year at Mason County Eastern.
All right, and what's been the best of those past 4 years? Is it learning something every year and adapting? Is it a huge achievement that we've missed talking to you about? What's been the best over the last 4 years?
Oh, the best is always being able to see my students grow as musicians and as people over the years. I'd start them really as elementary schoolers. I'm the elementary music teacher as well, and just being able to see them grow from elementary students up into high school students and middle school students is it's tremendous feeling, being able to see them grow and mature and be there to help them along in that journey.
I'm curious, since you are able to do that, and I know we're going to be talking a lot about the West Shore Bank Rhythm and Dunes concert that's coming up this Saturday. But what do you see the grades or the ages that there is so much development that happens when it comes to music? Where is that kind of sweet spot that they really are able to shine?
Well, in early elementary grades, they just have tremendous amounts of enthusiasm for music and for what they're doing. And then as they grow and mature and go through general music, singing songs, learning rhythms, basic things like that, more the fundamentals of music. Then
Mhm.
as they grow into fourth graders and fifth graders, they start playing recorders, and then I can talk to the fifth graders about, okay, this is where it gets really cool. Elementary is amazing, of course, but now you have the chance to join a band program, and here's all that entails, and it's going to be amazing because you can pick up an instrument for the first time and start learning a skill that you can carry with you throughout your entire life. So they grow from that early knowledge of the fundamentals of music, notes, singing, rhythm, things like that, into, okay, let's be in the band program. Let's get more serious, start playing really cool music.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Band has to be just, people have this, and we watch it on movies and TV shows that there's this stigma about band, but you guys and gals really have some fun. Like it's exciting to be a part of band, isn't it?
It is. It definitely is. Band was my favorite thing throughout school. It still is. Obviously, I made it my career, and it is an incredible thing. You can take these pieces of music that you've heard on the radio or heard throughout your life, and you can learn them on an instrument.
Mhm.
Be able to play your favorites and carry that with you as long as well as learning classical music and things like that, and learning the nuts and bolts of how music comes to be and learning the history of it.
Mm, that's so exciting. Well, I can tell that you are geeked about the upcoming school year. I mean, from a band director standpoint, you're like, hey, just like the teachers, I get to have the summers off just a little bit and to be able to relax. But again, we probably have that idea that you don't want to get back into the rhythm and things and get back into the classroom and instruction and stuff. But it sounds like that's just completely opposite, right?
Yeah, I would say so. It's always great to be able to see my students again. As a teacher, you find yourself sometimes in the middle of the summer, thinking, "Man, I wish I could see my students again. I wish I could teach them. I wish I could take them through something," because young people, as our students are, they're very fun and vibrant individuals that bring a lot to teachers' lives, to our lives.
Mm. It's very well said. Very well said. If you are just joining us, we're talking with Matt Gilbert. Mason County Eastern band director. We've got the West Shore Bank Rhythm and Dunes concert, the first one coming up this Saturday, fast approaching. Mark Blomsteel and the Motor City Drive. And between Mason County Central and Mason County Eastern, those funds that night going to a great cause. And I don't know if you see behind me, Matt, they are setting up here at Waterfront Park. That's where we're broadcasting from, connecting with you this morning.
Okay.
And the banners are up around the pillars. The trash cans are in place. They're moving things constantly down here, and they're geeked about getting ready for this weekend's concert. What is other than the fundraising side of it, because it's huge. 22,500 raised last year alone
Mhm.
for the area band programs. But other than the huge financial benefit to this, which is great in itself, and we'll talk about that, what else is a big benefit for this concert when you are able to connect with it?
Well, it puts music in people's minds and puts music on the map more so, and it gives people a visual of our students and of our schools and shows them, hey, there are these growing fantastic band programs in the area, and these are the students, this is the director, they're here,
Mm,
and gives people a visual that they might not always think about when they think of school traditionally as a concept, but it
mhm.
puts that in the forefront of their minds and makes them think, hey, that'd be amazing to be in a band program. Or look, my kid right now is going to these schools and they might be in the elementary, and I want to talk to my kid now about these band programs and maybe get them involved with it.
I never thought about that, but you're right. I mean, there's probably a good percentage of the audience that may not have ever been to a band concert. They go to, concerts, but
Hmm.
there's the school band programs. That's a whole nother beast that could be, taken in and attended and supported, and I think that's great. I will tell you this, and this is the cool part, is that when we ask, has anybody ever been a part of band or a parent of a band member? It's incredible to see how many hands do go up that are in the crowd. So there's a lot of generational support, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is passed down. I mean, for example, myself, my mother was in band. My uncles, aunts, grandparents were in band. It can be definitely, like you said, a generational type thing.
Hmm.
And even if they're not, a family isn't a band family, they can get exposed to it through things like the Rhythm Dunes concert and see that, wow, these band programs exist and that looks really fun and really amazing. So either I am a kid and I want to join this band program,
Hmm.
or I'm a parent and I would love to get involved.
Yeah. I love hearing that perspective. We've talked normally about, the band activities and looking forward to what's coming up in the school year. And we'll do that here in a moment. But to take that perspective, I think I'll look at things personally this weekend and next weekend for the second part of the series a little bit differently, because you're right. There's going to be parents in that audience, or we have a ton of kids that are going to be over on the playground and play area, and if you spark just one or two or three of their interest, I think you've hit a home run, right?
Definitely, definitely. That's what we always look for as band directors. I mean, we're tremendously passionate. I'm tremendously passionate about band, and I want to bring that to new generations and help them be lifelong musicians, whether they continue as band members throughout their adult lives or not. Just giving them that spark of, wow, I joined band. I know how to do this type of
Mhm.
thing. This is a special skill that not everyone in the world has. And look, it is really cool. I it is different from the stereotypes that movies might give you about the band nerds, things
Hmm.
like that. And it's actually really amazing, and let me spread that throughout the world.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. If you're just joining us, we're talking with Matt Gilbert, Mason County Eastern Band Director, 4 years in now. How much do you inspire the kids? How much do they inspire you? What's the balance there?
Well, the kids are always inspiring because you're always learning something new from them, whether it's their culture or perspectives as people, or new music that they like to listen to or would like to play in band. You're always learning something as an individual from an older generation,
Hmm.
teaching those kids from younger generations, and you start to be able to really appreciate things that they love and incorporate it into your own life, even though, like, I'm a millennial and
Yeah.
whatnot, and used to millennial type things, but being able to experience their lives and really understand them as people can give you a newfound appreciation on school and on life and a
Mm.
bunch of different aspects.
Yeah, good point there. You have the school year. It's going to start here soon. What's something, and for those that might not be familiar with MCE, and you and I were talking a little bit about this prior to going on, is that it's a small district. You probably have to sometimes think out of the box, or wear multiple hats, or have them wear multiple hats, and learn multiple instruments. Is it
Mhm.
not that you, and maybe you do have an opportunity to compare a bigger school district that you've worked at or worked with MCE, but what are those differences when it comes to a smaller district like Mason County Eastern?
Yeah, so you hit the nail on the head with what you were describing there, in the flexibility or the willingness that my students have in maybe trying some different things or some new things within the band program, because in a bigger school you might be looking at 8 to 10 instruments per section, meaning 8 to 10 trumpets, 8 to 10
Mm.
clarinets, trombones, things like that, where what we're working with is a little bit smaller, and that's just the way that our district is. And so sometimes my students have to be flexible with, like, you take a saxophone player for instance.
Mhm.
There are multiple different types of saxophones. So those players, those kids being able to say, okay, I started on the alto saxophone. Well, maybe I can learn the tenor saxophone and the bari saxophone as well. And when they do that, they can now switch between them and
Yeah.
cover multiple roles, sometimes in the same concert.
Hmm. That's pretty powerful. It's almost like a language in the sense, right? When you learn multiple languages, you elevate your opportunities, and that happens the same thing with a band, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's pretty cool. Matt Gilbert joins us this morning, Mason County Eastern Band Director. Let's pivot directly to this weekend, July 25th, Rhythm and Dunes, presented by West Shore Bank. This is an event that last year alone, they raised $159,000 for this event. 22,500 of it alone coming in last year, which was phenomenal to see that. We have talked to you and the other band directors as well, and over the years, and it comes to sheet music and travel and band uniforms and instruments and everything else that goes along with it. What has helped you in the past year with raise the funds that came in last year, so that people can understand that connection.
Yeah, so funding in a program, this type of a thing, will pay for all the supplies we need, all the reeds for clarinets and saxophones, all the oils for your brass instruments and things like that. It'll pay for repairs to our instruments if they need any. You get instruments that are a little bit older, and as they get older, they fall into a little bit of disrepair, so it helps pay for that. It helps pay for, like, if my kids say, like, oh, Mr. Gilbert, we want to play this piece of music, or we would like to do this, then it'll pay for that music. Or if they want something else within the school year, like new shirts, it helps pay for those as well.
Mm.
So lots of different things.
It goes a long way. And one of the things I think I remember us talking about it, or one of the band directors a couple years ago, just like radio stations pay licensing fees for the music that we play, bands have to do something similar to that, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we have to buy the music, and it comes with all the parts that the band students would have to play, and that has to be ordered through various companies, and then we have license to then use that product. Where kids will think, oh, you can just look it up on the internet and print it off. And then I have to tell them that that's not exactly how that works. You have to buy the piece of music. You have to get permission to be able to use that.
Yeah. And so I'm glad we are talking about this, because it kind of lays out what the benefit of going to the Rhythm and Dunes concerts from West Shore Bank is about. People are in the crowd. Your band members, along with MCC, will go throughout the crowd with the water jugs, collecting cash, change, all of that stuff, to really build this amount of fundraising effort to do exactly what we just talked about. So when those people come down this Saturday and next Saturday as well. Next Saturday, August 1st, will be LHS raising funds at that concert with Jedi Mind Trip. This Saturday, it's Mark Blomsteel and MCC will play at 6 p.m. But you and your band will be there supporting both ways, because band, no matter what I've learned, bands, no matter what school they are at, even though there's some really intense competitions out there, there's a very supportive network between bands, especially in the Mason County area.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, bottom line is we want to promote music and promote band and being a part of music
Yeah.
in our lives. So we're always going to support each other's bands, each other's schools in general, because we want to promote the facts that what we do and what our kids do is absolutely amazing and one of the most fun things that you can do as a young person.
Good information there. You don't have a summer program like MCC and LHS. That's one reason why MCC will be there at 6 p.m. Performing till about 6:45 or so. But again, the collaboration is huge, and that's a big part of it. But when school starts, it's full speed ahead for you. Take us through what the school year will look like for MCE.
Definitely. So from from day one, we of course welcome each other back and get back into the swing of things in that first day. But from day one, it's really, from my perspective, it's okay. Fall concert,
Mm,
Halloween, if people want to think of it that way. And what do we start? playing at that time? What can we play? And I've already got that set up, but it's thinking of, okay, what's going to be fun for my students as well as for the audience? What's going to get a good crowd there? What's going to get some fun, some passion out of my students? So that begins right away. And for the younger students, for the sixth graders, it's okay. You've got a trumpet for the first time, got a clarinet, got a drum for the first time. All right, let's really dig into these fundamental skills to set you up for success in their concerts that they will play. The sixth graders start in the holiday concert, so they take the fall concert off to keep continuing to build those basic skills. And yeah, the different bands, we try to play lots of different pieces of music, from classical music, much older things, to we play a lot of film scores as well. We play classic rock, different things like that, to try to appeal to different tastes throughout
Yeah.
the whole world.
And it works well. The blend of that, because people, young or old, they will connect with some of those notes, some more than others, and vice versa, depending on the performance. But we've heard it in a movie, or in a commercial, or on TV, or somewhere. So pretty neat. Well, we're looking forward to promoting your events and activities throughout the school year. It starts with obviously fundraising to make sure that you are able to do all of that. And that happens starting this weekend at the West Shore Bank Rhythm and Dunes concert at Waterfront Park. It's this Saturday. Looked at the forecast. Looks like it's going to be a comfortable evening. So let's make sure that continues that way. 5 o'clock, the food trucks open up. So those that are hungry are able to grab dinner. You can put your chairs out as early as 8 a.m. that morning. You can't put them out the night before, put them out the day of. Get a good spot, and then watch MCC and interact with MCE and both MCC at this Saturday's concert. The band, Mark Blomsteel, I had a chance to talk with him in the Motor City Drive, and he is awesome. I don't know if you know a little bit about him, but he grew up in the Netherlands, and he plays a blend of country and rock, and he has his own kind of style with it. So that'll be pretty neat, I would assume, for the students, because they get a chance, just like the fans and those in attendance, to watch the concert too.
Definitely, definitely. These are always fun, no matter what groups we have, what genres you have there at this concert. It's always tons of fun. I really enjoy it. My students love it as well. So really looking forward to it.
All right. Looking forward to seeing you this Saturday. Hey, I appreciate you taking a good 20 minutes with us this morning to chat about it. Did we miss anything about MCE that we want to put on people's radar, though? Anything that I haven't asked that we should be looking forward to?
Just looking forward to concert coming up this year. Our first one usually near the end of October. Then we have our holiday that's near December time. Looking forward to those, and of course our spring concerts as well. They're a little farther off, but really looking forward to this year and getting those out for you guys. And I hope that the community can really enjoy all of our concerts this year.
I'm sure they will, and we'll get that promoted on both radio stations as well. So you'll have our support throughout the year. Matt, appreciate you taking some time with us. Thank you so much for being a part of it all. And let's make sure, for those that are going to be in attendance at Rhythm and Dunes from West Shore Bank right here at Waterfront Park, that bring enough funds to make sure that Matt and every other band director, Brian and Keith, are able to have, no stressors, right? You want to be able to focus on the students and the performances and all of that stuff, and so that helps by raising the funds this Saturday and next Saturday. And if you cannot attend, if you are outside of the area, but you are a big band supporter, you can go to West Shore Bank's website. There is an option for you to donate right there, right now. So do that for us today and help get things started. Matt, thanks for taking some time with us this morning.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
You got it. You got it. It is 102.7 Mom FM and